The memory of that coffee shop, the muted clatter, the scent of over-roasted beans, still feels like the beginning of everything. I was Joe, 34, living in a Denver apartment with beige walls and quiet nods, an IT specialist, fixing problems that often felt too small to matter. I'd been searching for something real, a vague hunger I hadn't named, until Adele. She dropped her card, I picked it up. Her dark green eyes, tired but warm, met mine. A polite thank you, then my clumsy joke about dignity, and her real, unexpected laugh. It echoed through that ordinary line and caught something loose inside me. We talked about slow lines, bad muffins, indecisive weather. When she asked my usual order vanilla latte, no syrup, and smirked, saying she'd try it and blame me, the space between us stopped feeling like a cue and started feeling like something unfolding. Her name was Adele. Her handshake was warm, a little shaky, a tremor I felt, a quiet hint of the storm she carried inside. She gave me 5 minutes. They stretched into 45. We sat by the window, low light softening everything. She worked in a medical office, drowning in paperwork. My nightmare, she said, was hers too. She was funny, quick, guarded when I mentioned my ex, and how keeping 2 houseplants alive felt like progress. Her laugh carried a shadow, something unsaid. I didn't push. Dinner. She said yes, but with a hesitation that spoke louder than words. Saturday night. Italian restaurant. Warm lighting. Her. A little more put together. Conversation flowed easy. Until she started picking at her napkin, eyes fixed on the table. I don't like hiding things, she finally said, voice barely a whisper. She looked up, those green eyes, raw with familiar pain. I'd understand if you wanted to leave. Then the words that always empty a room. I have 2 kids. The air thickened, not because of the children, but because of how she braced herself, hands trembling, waiting for me to run. She told me most men did. I didn't. In that suspended moment, a deep clarity settled over me. I didn't want to walk away. Her honesty didn't scare me. It pulled me closer. Our rhythm started with simple texts. Good morning. Hope you got some rest. Her reply. A confession of sleepless overthinking. Yet, gratitude. Lunch break calls, bus rides, late nights folding laundry. Her voice on the phone. Softer, more opens. 4 years. She hadn't dated seriously. Men vanished the moment children were mentioned. The weariness in her voice, it hurt to hear. I stared at my phone, typing, deleting, then finally, the truth. Your kids don't scare me. I meant what I said. Her silence felt heavy. Then her reply. She didn't want her life to overwhelm me. I don't need perfection. I typed back. I just want to know you. That was the first time she called. Her voice, a warmth that spread straight through me. Our second date, a walk in the park, evening air cooling. She waited, tugging her hoodie sleeve. Nervous. You look good, I said. She rolled her eyes, but a smile touched her lip. Halfway down the path, she stopped. A decision in her eyes. My kids come first, always. No spontaneous weekends, no last-minute trips, just homework, bills, dentist appointments, exhaustion. She wasn't asking to be rescued. She was asking me to see. I told her I understood. I wasn't asking her to change. You might not know what you're signing up for, she challenged. I don't need to know everything. I said, just whether you want me in your life at all. She didn't answer, just started walking again. The silence between us, it became its own language. She spoke of her daughter's art, her son's endless energy, her fear of never being enough. When the sun dipped low, painting the sky orange and purple, she finally asked, voice barely there, "Why are you really here? Why do you stay?" I thought, then spoke the truth that felt heavy, Dhamma, and right. I don't want something easy. I want something real. That was the first time her guard truly lowered, a subtle crack in the fortress. Not ready for them to meet you yet, she said before we parted. But I want to keep seeing you. It was enough. The next week, her voice messages became nightly, her life quietly bleeding into mine. One Saturday morning, the text, "Are you free? I want you to meet them." Just as a friend, my chest tightened, not from fear, but from the size of the moment. I pulled up to her townhouse, bikes, chalk drawings, a life lived loudly. She met me at the door, posture nervous. "You don't need to be perfect," I said. She took a deep breath, stepped aside. I walked into her world, living room, a beautiful mess of homework, Lego, folded laundry, warmth everywhere. Her daughter, quiet, observant, looked up. Her son waved. Pure energy. Introduced as friend, I let them lead. Dinosaurs, broken computers, her daughter's small smile. I sat, watching, feeling Adele's eyes on me, searching for any sign. I was overwhelmed. I wasn't. The sketchbook, drawings that said so much. "Are you going to be around more?" Her daughter whispered, leaning close. "I hope so." I answered, her nod, a tiny acceptance. After they went upstairs, Adele sank onto the couch, exhaling a breath she'd held for hours. "You handled it well. Good kids," I said. "They're a lot," she countered. "Everyone is," I replied, meeting her gaze. In the right moments, she looked at me, long, trying to believe I was real. No hug, just a light touch on my arm as she walked me out. That touch lingered. The shift was clear after that. She let me into the messier parts. Dinner invitations, chaos reigning. I stepped in, cooking, redirecting her son, listening to overlapping stories. She watched, quiet gratitude in her eyes. Later, "Kids asleep," she confessed. "It means a lot that you don't treat my life like an inconvenience. I'm not here just for the easy parts," I said. Fear flickered in her eyes. Good things never seem to last for me. "We don't need to predict endings," I told her. "You need to repair." Her smile, fragile, hopeful. I became part of their routine, without anyone forcing it. Homework help, minor repairs, hushed conversations after bedtime. Some nights exhausting, all of them real. When her car died, she was stressed, apologetic. I drove over immediately. Dead battery. Small problem next to everything she carried. "You don't have to," she said. "I know," I replied. Next morning, her son yelling that I fixed it. She stood on the porch, watching me, as if I'd repaired something deeper than metal and wires. "I don't know how to handle someone showing up like this," she admitted. "You don't need to handle it," I said, walking toward her. "Just let it happen." Weeks turned to months. The house grew louder, fuller, her son falling asleep on my shoulder, her daughter leaving drawings for me. One quiet night, kids asleep, she sat beside me. "I think it's time," she whispered. "Would you consider moving in?" I didn't answer right away, not from doubt, but from the weight of it. She spoke of the kids, the calm I brought. I took her hand. "I want to be there, with all of you." A month later, I moved in. No grand speeches, just quiet settling, shared mornings, shared wait, arguments, laughter, always finding our way back. One evening at dinner, kids chattering, a deep sense of belonging washed over me. This wasn't temporary. This was home. Winter softened into spring. Routines became second nature. Coffee while packing lunches, quiet moments before the storm. Her standing in the doorway in my shirt. Messy hair. A smile that finally said she felt safe enough to rest. Living together. A symphony of small challenges. Small triumphs. Sick kids. Art supplies. Her drained after long days. Me making tea. Sitting until she could talk. She was no longer alone in carrying it all. One night, kids asleep, I found her on the couch, staring out. I sat beside her. She leaned her head on my shoulder. Her warmth, a quiet comfort. "My life feels so different now," she whispered. "I was so scared to let anyone in. I finally feel safe. That's all I ever wanted for you," I said, voice thick. Then, the words hour that stopped timed. "I think I'm pregnant." She trembled, bracing for doubt, for fear. I felt numbed. I held her hand, her warmth sinking into mine. "I'm here," I said, steady. "I'm not going anywhere." Relief flooded her face, eyes shining. We talked, whispered, planned, fears mixing with deep, quiet peace. We were already a family. This was just another chapter. Next morning, the kids, her son, excited, a big brother, her daughter. Quiet questions. Then looking at me, "Are you staying forever?" I knelt down, her small hand in mine. "Yes," I said. Her hug, complete, trusting. Life carried us forward, spare room becoming a nursery. Baby names debated over dinner, drawings on the fridge, doctor visits, exhausting, overwhelming, and always right. The day we set up the crib, she stood in the doorway, hands on her stomach, tears in her eyes. I never thought I'd get another chance at this kind of happiness. I wrapped my arms around her. "You deserve it," I whispered. "All of you do." I think back to that coffee shop, her tired, warm eyes, her voice offering me an easy way out. I never wanted it. I wanted to stay. I wanted something real. And in that quiet choice, we built a family, a home, out of second chances, and a love that began with nothing more than honest truth.